to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. If you are new, then welcome. My name is Kelsey, aka Mother Vegan. I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you did manage to spend at least a little bit of time with the family. This year has been horrible, and I know that we were all waiting for, well, the end of this year, the end of 2020, to bring the news that we've all been waiting for, that this horrible, almost like a nightmare is over. So my heart is out there to everyone. It's not been the best year, and I truly hope that 2021 does bring joy to as many people out there as possible. So in this video, I thought I would do 12 tips of how to live more sustainably for New Year's resolutions. Now, the reason I've done 12 is because that means that you can make one change every month, so it's not overwhelming doing it all at once, but it's also a way that if you can only do 2 out of the 12, it's better than absolutely nothing. So if you can take away something from this video, is that not everything has to be done perfectly. You do what you can do, when you can do it, and that's all we can ask. So my first one is an obvious one, and it's got to be the most obvious for this channel. Number one is to try and reduce your meat and dairy consumption, or even better, try Veganuary. Now, Veganuary is this huge campaign. It's a wonderful campaign, so you can have lots of support and meal ideas, and everything that you need to know about turning vegan happens in Veganuary. I'll put a link to the website down below. Go check that out because it will make life a lot easier. Also, some tips is that you should join as many Facebook groups as possible. Some of them, there are those vegans on there that they give vegans a bad name, but you just gotta ignore those. There is a non-judgy vegans group for UK. I would highly recommend going to that one. They are the biggest support that I have found, and they're wonderful people. So that is obviously the biggest one that you can do. But everyone knows that the agricultural industry has the biggest carbon footprint, so it's an obvious one. But what I will say, if you're not vegan yet, then it's okay. Just make the steps to being more vegan. I know it doesn't work for everyone, just doing it like that overnight, which is absolutely fine. If you do it bit by bit, so go meat-free Monday or meat-free Friday, or just be vegan Monday to Friday and have the weekend where you have whatever you're enjoying first. Just reduce it as much as you can and take baby steps to get there. It is better, it's getting easier and easier to turn vegan. So I know last year when I was breastfeeding Hugh and he had a soya allergy, I was devastated because all these fantastic new meat products were coming out, or meat alternative products were coming out, and I couldn't eat any of them because they were all soya. So there's so many companies, Richmond sausages, Hellmann's mayonnaise, supermarkets have got their own stuff, fast food restaurants are also offering it now because there's so much more money to be made there. They're not stupid, they're going to take advantage of it, and you should take advantage of it as well. So it definitely is made a lot easier to be vegan now that there's so many meat and dairy alternatives out there. So tip number 2 is one that's heavily influenced by Shell Bizzle. If you've not seen her channel, then I'll link it down below. And it is basically as simple as offsetting your emissions. Now, there are loads of companies out there who offer this, but I've basically gone with the one that Shell Bizzle recommended, simply because she's a genius, and if she says that's the best one to go for, I'm going to go for it. Now, it only actually costs myself and Adam, so 2 people, to offset our emissions, £11 a month. £11 a month, that's insane. So definitely that is something that for us was very important. I've tried to persuade family members to do it. They've all said no for some reason, even though it's extremely cheap. And it's such a wonderful cause as well. So I know at the minute Go Climate is in the Brazilian rainforest doing lots of work there. So it's definitely a great company to be giving your money to. Tip number 3 can be a big one, and it is a big one, and it's just to replace your single-use items to more sustainable and eco-friendly ones. Please remember not to replace items that haven't already fulfilled their life. So if you've got something that is working perfectly as it is, yes, it might be made out of plastic and really unsustainable, but there's no point throwing it in a bin just to replace it with the new product. So finish what you have before you buy something new. I started doing this last July, and the first thing I bought was a loofah sponge instead of a dish sponge, but I actually already had 3 of the little green and yellow sponges already, so I didn't actually start using the loofah sponge straight away. I waited a few weeks before I did. There's also replacing your shampoos. If there's not a zero waste shop around you, replace your shampoos once you've finished to a shampoo bar. You can get them from Lush. Again, if there's no zero waste shop around you can get them from Lush. You can get everything from Lush, let's face it. That's another one. Now, I know that replacing single-use items to more sustainable items can seem more expensive, but in the long run they're not. So the loofah sponges, for example, it cost me £5 for a pack of 2. I started using them in the middle of August. I am still on number 1 and it's got plenty of life left in it, so it might seem more expensive to begin with, but they last a hell of a lot longer because they're made better and more sustainably. Leading on from that, if you are lucky to have a zero waste shop around you, then definitely shop there, because not only are you buying zero waste products, they are also a zero waste shop, so they do not create any of the waste that most other shops do. So the zero waste movement was made for the actual companies rather than the consumers. So zero waste shops have committed to creating little or no waste. So that's definitely a big one. Now, I know they're not everywhere and I know they can seem quite expensive to some people, so I'm not saying go there and do your whole week shop there, because that probably would eat into your budget, but buy what you can. So say for example, I don't buy my rice or my pasta from the zero waste shop because it does work out at least double what I'd be paying at the supermarket. So I bulk buy the rice and the pasta from the supermarket. I buy my lentils, my dried beans, my spices. I buy all that kind of stuff from the zero waste shop. I also refill my laundry liquid and laundry softener, my shampoo, conditioner, body wash. I do all that there. It does work out a little bit more expensive, but to me it's worth it because, well, it's worth it. It fits in with my budget. I budgeted to what I can budget. I have a set budget of my shopping for each week and I stick to that. Number 5 is actually one that I need to do. I need to research properly myself. So if you have any ideas or any advice or anything for me, please leave a comment down below, because it's a minefield and it's changing your energy provider. So I don't know all the jargon that goes with it. I'm just with the provider that the house came with. Oh no, I actually swapped a couple of months ago to Utilita because it was the cheapest around the area. But they're not green is what I'm saying, and I really want to change. Yes, we decided to change to Utilita because it was the cheapest, but me and Adam have both decided that the energy to provide it is probably the biggest impact that we can have on the world. So if we can choose an energy provider that uses green energy only, so reusable energy, natural energy sources, then that is the best thing that we can do. The one that I've been eyeing up is Ecotricity, if I'm saying that right, and it's 100% renewable energy. They get it from the wind and from the sun, which the wind obviously in the UK is the easiest way to get it. You're not going to get much from the sun, and they are the only one that's been certified by the Vegan Society, which is one of the main reasons I've been looking at them, but I still don't know which way to go. But what I will say, a rough estimate, it was £20 a month for a gas and electric, more expensive than what we're paying now, so it's not a huge amount. I mean, £20 a month for some people can be way too much. £20 a month for some people may be pennies to them. To us, it's a lot of money. We don't have a very big budget, but to us, it's a priority of ours now. Number 6 is something that I've spoken many times, and it's buying secondhand. There are so many options now to buy secondhand. There is actually no need for us to buy everything brand new. Yes, on occasions we will have to buy new if you need something there and then and it's not in the charity shops or Facebook or any of the secondhand selling apps, then yes, buy it, but buy it and try and buy it from a sustainable brand. This one, that to me is an easy one, buying secondhand, because you've got charity shops or thrift stores if you're over in America, or you've got a Facebook marketplace, you've got all the secondhand selling apps like Depop and Vinted and Shpock. It's so easy nowadays. You don't have to buy anything, barely anything new. So that's an easy one, and it saves you money, so it's a win-win. Okay, so the next one is also one that I need to be more conscious of, and it's food waste. Our council sadly don't offer the compost bin or the brown waste bin, so a lot of our food does go into the actual bin. We are going to get a compost bin, which again is another thing on our list. So we've got a few things on our lists to do, but food waste is a huge one. There's so much food waste. The water and the energy that goes into making food is ridiculous. So if we're wasting it, it's annoying and it's heartbreaking, and I'm one of those. We do waste a lot of food, so that's actually why I've started to buy more frozen food. So there's always veg in our house and it never goes off. The only bad thing is it does come in a plastic bag, but what I will say is some supermarkets are taking plastic bags and recycling them. So there's not one local to me that's doing it, but my mother-in-law, there's one by hers. So whenever she comes, we always give her a bag of plastics and she takes it away with her. So do have a look actually at your local supermarket and see if they're doing it. I think her local Tesco and Asda are both doing it, whereas around here, none of them are doing it. Another way you can get rid of food waste, so if you've made a huge portion, you can freeze any leftovers. If you have packaged items that are near the sell by date or the use by date and you're not going to use them before they go off, then there's the app, what's it called? Olio, I think it's called. You can either give it or sell it on there, so then it's not going to waste, and somebody who needs it can have the food for either free or for a very small price. The thing that I need to work on is my portion control. I am a feeder and I know I'm a feeder, and I always put too much food on the plates. I need to learn to reduce the portion sizes, because not only are we eating more than we need to, but also wasting food, because that food that was on the plate now can't go into the freezer or the fridge or stored for another day. So portion control is a big one for me. Following on from the food waste is actually taking your own food out with you when you're out and about. We all get sucked into those meal deals where it's a sandwich, packet crisp and then a drink for £3, all of which come in plastic. You can make an absolutely amazing and delicious picnic or lunchbox or anything to take with you. There's actually Facebook groups that have plastic-free lunchbox ideas. Go onto them, have a look. You can take out pasta, you can take out pasties that Aldi have got delicious pasties, or Naughty Vegan, they are delicious pasties. Cook and pre-cook them, let them cool down, put them in a container, take them out with you. They're in cardboard boxes rather than plastic. So there's just ways around reducing your waste when you're out and about. Taking a pack lunch out with you is so easy, and actually in the long run, again, it saves you money. There is a theme here. Not only are you saving the planet, you're also saving yourself some money as well on all of the tips, which for us in our family with the circumstances that we are in now, it's important for us too. Editing Kelsey here. So this one actually went on for 7 minutes, so I thought I'd just record it quickly. I literally rambled on about nothing. So this one is going on a buy-in ban, which literally means rather than impulse buying when you see something there and then, you wait for a period of time, say 2 or 4 weeks or a month, and if you can live without it, don't buy it. If you need it, then buy it, and that will stop you impulse buying. It'll save the waste, it will save the production, and it will also save you money. Again, theme running here, saving waste and saving money. But what I will say is do be cautious, because there's been a couple of times I've done this and I've not bought something, then a few weeks later I've thought, no, I could really do that actually. I went to buy it and they actually stop stocking it, so just be cautious about that. But yeah, This one is all about going on a buy-in ban. The next one is shop local. So I'm not saying that you can only shop at your local zero waste shop and ignore all the rest. What I'm saying is shop local. If you can speak to the shopkeeper or somebody who works for the shopkeeper that is close to that person, then you can speak to them and let them know about the zero waste movement. You can educate them and support them and encourage them to move more towards that. And with the situation that we are now in, it also puts food onto their table, which is extremely important. So that isn't necessarily a sustainable living tip, but it is a very, very, very important one, especially in the circumstances that we're in now. 11 is vote. Simple as vote. Now I know we don't have any planned elections this year for the UK, but I mean, who knows what's going to happen next year. Fingers crossed a snap election does come. I'm praying one day, I mean, I know Jeremy Corbyn is no longer the Labour leader, and that makes me very sad, but one day we might actually have a Prime Minister that cares about the environment and about the future of the world, so vote. And the final one is the most important one, and I cannot drill this into your head enough. Don't beat yourself up if you do it imperfectly. Nobody is perfect. No matter what anyone says, nobody is perfect at the zero waste living. I actually don't like it calling it zero waste living. I say that I live a low waste lifestyle, but you can do your best, and that is all that matters, and that's all that can be asked of anybody, is if you just do your best. And do not beat yourself up, because if you start thinking, oh, I didn't do that, I may as well give up, then we've all lost. For example, if you go out on a really hot summer's day, you forgot your reusable water bottle and you need a drink, and the only ones that you can get your hands on are in plastic, do it. Don't let your health suffer because of this. Look after yourself before anything. That is the most important thing. If this is overwhelming to you and it's making your mental health deteriorate, again, look after your health before anything else. Do not beat yourself up. I'll repeat it. Do not beat yourself up. We are all trying our best. That's all that can be asked of anyone. And it's more important that we have everyone doing the zero waste movement imperfectly than only having a million people doing it perfectly. It makes a massive difference if we all just make one small change. I'm hoping that you can take at least one away with you. I'm not saying that you have to do all of them. There are things on there that I still need to work on, but we're getting there. We are getting there. Everyone's getting there. Everyone's doing what they can, and just do your best. I hope you all have a wonderful new year. I hope 2021 does bring a lot of joy and happiness to you, and hopefully you've taken away at least one tip from this. And the biggest one to me was tip number 12. So please, please, please put yourself first and don't beat yourself up if you don't do it perfectly. And remember, one small change makes a massive difference. Bye guys.